of the flower picking garden. And I am back. If you were here earlier, you saw that I came into work and my ceilings were moldy again. And this time I think it's because dehumidifier was not on. And like I said, the basement gets really humid. And I didn't come to water yesterday, so I kept everything in the indoor greenhouse. And I think everything just didn't get a chance to dry out correctly or thoroughly. Who knows? But this is what I did today in order to try to combat that mold, because we're getting very close to, the last frost, and I don't want to have to start over. So what I did with my status and straw flower, so this is the straw flower and this is the status. If you remember, they were in soil blocks earlier. So what I did today was I scraped off any mold that I saw on them. And did y'all see that? There's a bee in here. What the hell? He better not be messing with my seedlings. What is that? I don't know what's going on. But, like, what? I don't know what's going on. Okay, but besides that, I took everything out of the soil blocks and I put them in trays, at least for. So this is the straw flower, gumfrena, and sunball craspedia. And then down here is all the status. So I scraped the mold off of those, put them in cell trays. And then up here, those are my zinnias, which have cinnamon sprinkled on them to kill the fungus. But they were super dry and they needed water. Like, they could not go without being watered. So I had to water them. So we'll see. I tried not to overwater them. And some of them are starting to germinate. But I also think what I'm going to do is order more zinnia seeds, and when the time comes after the last frost, I'll direct sow some, because as I mentioned plenty of times, the direct sow zinnias did really good in the ground. And then I'm taking you outside so you can see the seedlings that are hardening off. And ooh, the bees are out today. So I have things. Oh, I don't want a green screen. All right, so this is what I have outside hardening off. And these are my cosmos. So I pinched those earlier before I uppotted them. Hopefully I'm still connected. I think I might have lost my signal. These are a mix of Gloriosa daisies and celosia, and then these are all Love Lies Bleeding amaranth. So these are all hardening off. I'm about to bring them inside though. So what I did with these today, and then the bachelor buttons, was up potted everything. And then over here are the marigolds. So I up potted the marigolds from their soil blocks. Those wind chimes are really chiming. But so these are the marigolds. So I let everything come out today to harden off, and I'm going to start to bring them inside. But that is what I did today to try to combat the mold. So everything that I up potted, I scraped the mold off and put it in new soil. So we'll see. I didn't add any extra water to what I already had in the seed starting mix. So however wet it was when I made it is just how wet it's going to be until I come back tomorrow and water. So hopefully when I come back tomorrow, there will not be any more mold. But I'm going to start to bring these seedlings back inside because I don't want them to harden off all night, because it's still going to get cold. I'm in zone 6B, so it's still going to get cold tonight. Too cold for them to be out here. But our last frost is projected to be the 23rd. So after our last frost on the 23rd, then I'll bring stuff out, let it stay out overnight, and then I'll have it in the garden maybe in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for checking in, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.